journey of our French fry begins long before it enters the factory floor. It all starts with sourcing the highest quality potatoes from trusted farms. These farms follow strict agricultural practices to ensure that the potatoes are grown in nutrient-rich soil, free from harmful chemicals, and harvested at just the right time for optimum taste and texture. Upon arrival at the facility, every potato undergoes a thorough inspection. Automated sorting systems and experienced quality control technicians work together to weed out any potatoes that don't meet the company's high standards. Size, shape, color, and firmness are all meticulously checked. Only those tubers that pass the rigorous criteria move on to the next stage. This attention to detail is crucial because the quality of the raw potato directly impacts the flavor and texture of the final product. At this point, you might wonder, why is quality control so important? Well, each potato is a promise of consistency, crunch, and that irresistible flavor you crave with every bite. And in a world where mass production meets gourmet taste, nothing is left to chance. Once the potatoes have been carefully selected, the next step in the process is washing. Picture large conveyor belts carrying the potatoes into enormous washing stations where high-pressure jets of water blast away any dirt, debris, or residual chemicals. The water used is not just any water, it's filtered and recycled through multiple stages to maintain the highest standards of hygiene and sustainability. Workers and machines work side by side here, ensuring every potato is perfectly clean. The vibrant colors and textures of the raw potatoes glistening under the wash lights create a mesmerizing visual, a reminder of the natural origins of this industrial process. After the thorough cleaning, the potatoes are guided into peeling machines. These sophisticated devices are engineered to remove the skin with minimal waste while preserving the integrity of the potato flesh inside. The peeling process is both a marvel of modern technology and an art form in itself. Machines adjust to the size and shape of each potato, ensuring an even peel every time. For those potatoes that still require a bit of manual touch-up, skilled workers step in to guarantee perfection. The combination of technology and human expertise ensures that every potato is prepared to become the perfect French fry. Clean, peeled, and primed, the tubers are now ready to take the next big leap in their journey. Now comes one of the most critical steps in making French fries: cutting. Here, precision is key. The clean, peeled potatoes are transferred to automated cutting machines designed to slice them into perfectly uniform strips. Uniformity is essential not only for aesthetic reasons, but also to ensure even cooking. Each cut must be just right to guarantee that every fry cooks at the same rate and reaches the ideal crispiness. Imagine the rhythmic hum of the slicing machines as they work in unison. The machines are calibrated to cut each potato into strips of the same size and thickness with a precision that would make a master chef proud. The resulting potato strips, glistening with freshness, fall gracefully onto a conveyor belt, ready for their next transformation. For some factories, the process involves multiple cutting stages. The initial cut might shape the potato into thick wedges, which are then refined into the slender sticks that most of us recognize as French fries. This two-stage process ensures that the fries have a satisfying crunch on the outside while remaining soft and fluffy on the inside. During this stage, the factory floor is alive with energy. Operators monitor the machines closely, making small adjustments to account for any variation in potato size or texture. It's a perfect blend of machine efficiency and human intuition, a true testament to the precision of modern manufacturing. With the potatoes sliced and ready, the next step is blanching, a process that might seem surprising but is absolutely essential to achieving that perfect fry. Blanching involves briefly immersing the potato strips in hot water or steam. This step serves multiple purposes. It helps to remove excess starch, sets the color, and pre-cooks the fries so that they finish perfectly during the final frying. In the blanching stage, the fries enter large tanks or continuous steam tunnels. The water is maintained at an optimal temperature to gently cook the potatoes without softening them too much. The process is quick, just a few minutes, yet it makes a huge difference in texture and taste. By removing excess starch, the fries are less likely to clump together during frying, resulting in individually crisp pieces that are easier to season and enjoy. During blanching, you can almost see the transformation taking place. The raw, vibrant potato strips begin to take on a more uniform appearance, readying themselves for the next heat-intensive step. It's like watching a caterpillar transform into a butterfly. Each stage is critical in the metamorphosis that leads to the final, irresistible snack. Now comes the heart of the process, the frying. Once the fries have been blanched, they are carefully removed from the hot water and drained. They then move on to the frying section, where the magic of crispiness truly happens. The fries enter deep fryers filled with oil that has been preheated to the perfect temperature. In this controlled environment, the blanched potato strips are submerged in hot oil. The transformation is immediate. The water inside the potatoes turns to steam, puffing up the fries while the oil crisps the exterior into a delectable golden crust. It's a high-energy ballet of heat and texture. Factory fryers are marvels of engineering. They are designed to maintain a consistent temperature, ensuring that every batch of fries is cooked evenly. Automated timers and sensors monitor the process closely, taking the guesswork out of frying. After frying, they are quickly transferred to a cooling system where excess oil is drained away, ensuring that every fry is light, not greasy. This careful balance of heat, timing, and precision is what creates the iconic French fry texture we all crave. The finishing touch. Once the fries have cooled, the next stage is all about quality control and that final burst of flavor. In any factory, quality is paramount, and this is no exception. Every batch of fries is subjected to rigorous checks. Automated sensors, as well as experienced quality control teams, examine the fries for the ideal golden color, uniform size, and perfect texture. Any fry that doesn't meet the high standards is set aside, ensuring that only the best reach you. Next comes the seasoning process. The cooling fries are gently tossed in a precisely measured blend of salt and, in some cases, other proprietary seasonings. The seasoning process is as much an art as it is a science. Too little seasoning and the fries might taste bland. Too much and they could be overwhelming. The goal is to enhance the natural flavor of the potato while adding a satisfying burst of saltiness with every bite. The seasoning machines are designed to evenly distribute the spices. As the fries tumble along on a conveyor belt, a fine mist of seasoning settles over them, clinging to every surface. With the seasoning complete, the fries are now ready for the final step, packaging. This stage is where all the hard work comes together and the fries are prepared for their journey to stores, restaurants, and ultimately your plate. In the packaging section, automated lines take over. The seasoned fries move along carefully calibrated conveyor belts where they are sorted into portions that meet precise weight standards. Modern packaging machines then seal the fries in airtight bags or boxes to preserve their freshness, crunch, and flavor. The packaging not only protects the fries during transport, but also serves as a visual reminder of the quality and care that went into making them. The design of the packaging often reflects the brand's identity, bold, eye-catching graphics paired with messages that highlight the quality and care of the production process. As you watch the packaging line in action, you see a symphony of robotics and human oversight working in tandem, ensuring that each package is a promise of delicious, crispy perfection before leaving the factory. Each package is given one final quality check. Automated scanners and visual inspections confirm that the right quantity is packaged and that the fries inside maintain the ideal texture and flavor. Once approved, the packages are boxed up and loaded onto delivery trucks, ready to make their way to markets, restaurants, and eventually to your table.
Imagine walking through the aisles of your favorite store, spotting that familiar box of Choco Pies, and grabbing it without a second thought. But have you ever paused to think about the incredible journey behind each pie? What if I told you that deep inside America's most advanced factories, millions of these chocolatey delights are crafted with precision every single day? Get ready to uncover the jaw-dropping process that transforms simple ingredients into a snack-time legend. Trust me, you won't look at choco pies the same way again. And hey, if you love diving into the world of food production, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. It all begins with the best ingredients. Factories source tons of essential components like flour, sugar, cocoa powder, and eggs from trusted suppliers. But the real star? Marshmallow cream and high-quality chocolate. These ingredients are carefully selected to ensure every choco pie tastes exactly as you remember from your childhood. Deliveries arrive in bulk, often in 18-wheeler trucks, unloading massive sacks and barrels of raw materials. The factory's first task is quality control, ensuring every batch of ingredients meets strict standards. From inspecting cocoa for richness to checking the flour's consistency, nothing is left to chance. This step ensures a consistent and delectable taste in every pie. Once the raw ingredients are ready, it's time to start the magic. The first major step is mixing the batter. Huge industrial mixers capable of holding hundreds of pounds come into play here. Flour, sugar, eggs, and water are combined, forming a silky, smooth batter. These mixers run with precise timing and speed to ensure the mixture's texture remains uniform. A key element here is automation. Factory systems are programmed to dispense just the right amount of each ingredient into the mixers. This ensures consistency across every batch, leaving no room for error. Once mixed, the batter is transported via pipes to the next stage of production. Now that the batter is ready, it's time to give it shape. Conveyor belts fitted with specially designed molds receive the batter. These molds are responsible for creating the round, fluffy cake layers that make up the choco pie. Imagine an endless line of perfectly shaped cakes traveling along the belt. Advanced technology ensures each mold gets the same amount of batter, guaranteeing identical sizes. This step is crucial because even the slightest difference could throw off the entire sandwich structure. Once shaped, the batter enters one of the most fascinating parts of the process: baking. These cakes are cooked in massive tunnel ovens, which are hundreds of feet long. Unlike your oven at home, these high-speed machines operate at controlled temperatures and use convection technology to ensure even baking on all sides. Each cake spends only a few minutes in the oven, but the result is perfection. Soft, fluffy cakes with a golden brown finish. The speed and precision of these tunnel ovens allow factories to bake thousands of cakes per hour without compromising quality. Fresh out of the oven, these cakes need to cool down quickly to maintain their texture and structure. Enter the cooling conveyor system, where industrial fans rapidly bring the cakes to the right temperature. This step is all about timing. Cool them too fast, and they might dry out. Cool them too slowly, and the marshmallow filling will melt upon assembly. The cooling process ensures that the cakes are ready for the next step without losing their signature softness. Watching this part of the production line is mesmerizing, as rows of cakes glide effortlessly down the conveyor, ready to be transformed into choco pies. Now comes the part that makes choco pies so irresistible: the marshmallow filling. Industrial machines equipped with precise dispensers pipe a thick, gooey layer of marshmallow cream onto one side of the cake. The filling process is calibrated to ensure the perfect amount lands on each cake, creating that signature sweet, fluffy center. Well, here's a fun fact. Some factories even use specialized nozzles that can create different marshmallow textures, from airy and light to rich and dense, depending on the brand's recipe. This step is a perfect blend of science and art. Once the marshmallow cream is in place, it's time to turn these individual cakes into sandwiches. Another conveyor belt lines up the top cake layers, which are gently pressed onto the marshmallow-filled cakes. This step might look simple, but it's incredibly precise. Machines are calibrated to ensure that just the right amount of pressure is applied, keeping the marshmallow from spilling out while securing the top layer. This process is all about balance, Too much pressure, and the pies could lose their shape. Too little, and they won't hold together properly. Each sandwich is then prepared for its chocolate bath. This is where the real magic happens. The Choco Pies travel under a curtain of melted chocolate. Imagine an endless waterfall of rich, velvety chocolate enveloping each pie, coating it from all angles. This process ensures an even, glossy layer of chocolate, giving the pies their iconic look and taste. The chocolate used is specially formulated to harden just enough to provide that satisfying snap when you bite into it, without being too brittle. Factories often recycle excess chocolate, filtering and reheating it for the next batch, ensuring no waste. After their chocolate coating, the Choco Pies pass through a cooling tunnel. This high-tech tunnel uses controlled temperatures to harden the chocolate while maintaining the pie's structural integrity. The pies glide through the tunnel on a conveyor, emerging at the other end with a perfectly set chocolate shell. This step is critical in achieving that ideal balance of textures, a soft, fluffy cake inside and a smooth, firm chocolate exterior. It's a fine-tuned process that ensures every bite delivers the perfect crunch and melt-in-your-mouth experience. With the Choco Pies fully assembled, it's time for quality control. Advanced scanners and human inspectors work together to ensure each pie meets strict standards. Machines check for uniform size, shape, and chocolate coverage, while human inspectors ensure there are no imperfections or defects. This rigorous process guarantees that only the best Choco Pies make it to store shelves. Any pies that don't meet standards are removed and often repurposed for other uses, such as ingredient testing or employee snacks. Once approved, the Choco Pies move to the packaging line. Here, high-speed machines wrap each pie individually to maintain freshness. The pies are then grouped into boxes, which are sealed, labeled, and prepared for shipment. Packaging machines are incredibly efficient, capable of wrapping and boxing thousands of pies per hour. Each box is coded with a production date, ensuring traceability from the factory to the consumer. With the Choco Pies boxed and ready, they're loaded onto trucks for distribution. From here, they're shipped to grocery stores, vending machines, and convenience stores across the country. Distribution is a well-oiled machine, with logistics teams ensuring the pies arrive fresh and on time. Whether you're grabbing one from a gas station or enjoying a box at home, these Choco Pies have traveled a long way to reach you. American factories are not just about efficiency, they're also committed to sustainability. Many facilities recycle excess materials, from chocolate to packaging. They also use energy-efficient machines and renewable energy sources to reduce their carbon footprint. Sustainability doesn't stop there. Factories are constantly innovating, looking for ways to make production even more eco-friendly, all while delivering the same delicious Choco Pies we know and love. And there you have it, the fascinating journey of how bulk Choco Pies are made in American factories.
Picture this, a creamy, smooth piece of Cadbury dairy milk melting in your mouth. Have you ever wondered how that magic comes to life? This isn't just any chocolate bar, it's a global icon with a story that spans continents, cultures, and over a century of craftsmanship. From the sunlit cocoa farms of West Africa to state-of-the-art factories, the journey of Cadbury dairy milk is as rich and fascinating as its flavor. Today, we'll take you step by step through this incredible process, from harvesting raw materials to the final chocolate bar you know and love. Along the way, we'll explore Cadbury's rich history, the meticulous care put into sourcing ingredients, and the high-tech processes that ensure every bar meets their legendary standards. And trust me, you don't want to miss the fascinating details. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so we can keep bringing you these sweet stories. To truly understand the legacy of Cadbury dairy milk, we need to travel back in time to 1824. In the bustling city of Birmingham, England, a young John Cadbury opened a small shop selling tea, coffee, and drinking chocolate. Chocolate back then wasn't the solid treat we know today. It was a luxurious drink enjoyed by the elite. But John Cadbury had a vision. By 1847, his company introduced the first solid eating chocolate. Fast forward to 1905, and the game changed forever. That was the year Cadbury Dairy Milk was launched. What made it revolutionary? It was one of the first chocolates made with a higher proportion of milk, giving it a creamier taste than anything else on the market. And then there's the iconic purple wrapper. Why purple? It symbolized royalty and luxury, a perfect fit for a product that quickly became a household favorite. Over the decades, Cadbury has grown into a global brand. But one thing has remained constant: their commitment to quality and innovation. Every great chocolate bar starts with the finest ingredients. Cadbury Dairy Milk uses 3 key elements: cocoa, milk, and sugar. Let's explore how each of these is sourced and prepared for the chocolate-making process. The story of cocoa begins in the equatorial regions of the world, particularly in West Africa. Ghana, in particular, is known for producing some of the highest quality cocoa beans, and it's one of Cadbury's primary sources. Cocoa trees thrive in warm, humid climates and are grown under the shade of taller trees. Farmers carefully tend to these trees, waiting for the pods to ripen. Each cacao pod contains around 20 to 50 cocoa beans, nestled inside a sweet, pulpy interior. Farmers use machetes to cut ripe pods from the trees, ensuring they don't damage the delicate bark. After harvesting, the beans are scooped out and left to ferment for several days. This is a crucial step. It develops the beans' rich, complex flavors. Once fermented, the beans are spread out under the sun to dry. This reduces moisture content and prepares them for transport. The dried beans are then packed into burlap sacks and shipped to Cadbury's factories. But their journey is just beginning. Milk is what gives Cadbury Dairy Milk its signature smoothness. Unlike some chocolates that use minimal milk, Cadbury uses a higher proportion to create that creamy texture. The milk powder process fresh milk is sourced from dairy farms, primarily in the United Kingdom and the United States. To ensure it stays fresh during transport, the milk is turned into powder, using a process called spray drying. Here's how it works. Fresh milk is pasteurized to eliminate bacteria. The water content is evaporated, leaving behind concentrated milk solids. These solids are then sprayed into a hot chamber, where they instantly dry into powder form. This milk powder is stored and transported to factories, ready to be combined with cocoa and sugar. Sugar plays a dual role in chocolate. It sweetens the flavor and enhances its smooth texture. Cadbury sources refined sugar from trusted suppliers to maintain consistent quality. Did you know sugar undergoes its own refining process? It's extracted from sugarcane or sugar beets, purified and crystallized into the fine white granules you see in your pantry. In the factory, sugar is blended with cocoa and milk to create the perfect balance of sweetness. Now that our ingredients are ready, it's time to enter the Cadbury factory. Imagine an enormous space filled with the hum of machinery, the aroma of chocolate, and a team of experts working tirelessly to ensure every bar is perfect. The process from bean to bar involves several stages, each more fascinating than the last. Let's break it down. The cocoa beans arrive at the factory in burlap sacks, ready to be transformed. Here's what happens. The beans are thoroughly cleaned to remove any debris. They're roasted at precise temperatures to bring out their natural chocolatey flavor. This step also makes the shells easier to remove. Cracking and winnowing. The roasted beans are cracked open and the shells are separated from the nibs, the edible part of the cocoa bean. The nibs are ground into cocoa liquor, a thick paste that forms the base of chocolate. Now comes the first magical transformation. Cocoa liquor is combined with milk powder, sugar, and additional cocoa butter. This mixture is heated and stirred until it forms a thick chocolate paste. Fun fact: Cadbury's recipe. The exact proportions of these ingredients are a closely guarded secret, But this precise balance is what gives dairy milk its unique flavor. This thick paste then goes through a refining process. Giant steel rollers crush the chocolate mixture, reducing the particle size to just a few microns. The goal is to achieve a smooth texture that melts effortlessly on your tongue. Conching is where flavor meets texture. During this process, the chocolate is continuously mixed and aerated in large machines called conches. This step can take several hours and enhances the chocolate's flavor, improves its texture, removes any unwanted acidity. To give dairy milk its glossy finish and satisfying snap, the chocolate is tempered. This involves carefully heating and cooling it to align the cocoa butter crystals. It's a delicate process, but it ensures the chocolate stays solid at room temperature while melting in your mouth. Liquid chocolate is poured into molds shaped like dairy milk bars. These molds are then passed through a cooling tunnel, where the chocolate solidifies into its iconic form. Finally, the bars are wrapped in Cadbury's signature purple foil. Advanced packaging machines work at lightning speed to wrap, seal, and box thousands of bars per hour. Quality control teams inspect each bar to ensure it meets Cadbury's high standards. Cadbury isn't just about great taste, it's about making a difference. Through its Cocoa Life program, the company supports cocoa farmers with fair wages, education, and sustainable farming practices. They're also committed to eco-friendly packaging, reducing waste, and ensuring a brighter future for the planet. Once the bars are packaged, they're shipped worldwide. Cadbury's logistics team ensures the chocolate arrives fresh and intact, ready to bring joy to millions of people. Cadbury produces over 1 billion dairy milk bars every year. The largest dairy milk bar ever made weighed over 12,000 pounds. Cadbury adjusts its recipe for different countries to suit local tastes. So, what part of this process surprised you the most? Was it the cocoa farming, the conching, or the sheer scale of production?
The true flavor of KFC lies within its legendary secret recipe, a blend of 11 herbs and spices hidden behind layers of security. Locked away in a high-tech vault, this recipe has become as iconic as the brand itself, representing a legacy of flavor so guarded that only a select few hold its full secret. This vault symbolizes not just security, but also the dedication KFC has to maintaining the Colonel's original vision, ensuring that the unique taste remains consistent and authentic across the globe. Before we dive into the secret world behind KFC's iconic fried chicken, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss a single episode as we uncover the hidden processes behind your favorite foods from around the world. Colonel Harlan Sanders' story is one of grit, determination, and culinary innovation. He wasn't just a founder, but the heart and soul behind KFC. Sanders poured his life into perfecting fried chicken, elevating it from a Southern staple to a global phenomenon. His commitment and passion for quality set KFC apart, creating a brand that embodies his values and standards. Sanders remains a legend, not just for the recipe he created, but for the spirit of perseverance he represents, inspiring the entire KFC franchise to maintain the high standards he set. Born in 1890, Sanders' childhood in Indiana was anything but easy. Losing his father at a young age forced him into work, taking odd jobs to support his family. From farming and firefighting to working as a streetcar conductor and insurance salesman, Sanders' journey was fraught with challenges. Despite these struggles, he never lost sight of his dream. His resilience through these hardships shaped his character and built the foundation of his entrepreneurial spirit. This background is what drove him to pursue his vision with unbreakable determination. In 1930, Sanders opened a small gas station in Corbin, Kentucky, where he began cooking fried chicken for weary travelers. Word quickly spread about his uniquely flavored, crispy chicken, and soon Sanders' service station transformed into a modest yet beloved roadside restaurant. His reputation soared, and he received the honorary title of Kentucky Colonel for his contribution to Kentucky's culinary landscape. This humble beginning in Corbin was the spark that would ignite a global fried chicken phenomenon. KFC partners with farms globally to ensure high-quality, ethically raised chickens. They maintain rigorous standards for food safety, animal welfare, and environmental responsibility. These farms span across countries like the US, UK, and Ireland, upholding KFC's promise of using only the finest ingredients. This global network allows KFC to bring its iconic flavor to customers worldwide, backed by quality and care in every bite. KFC takes animal welfare seriously. As part of their commitment to ethical standards, they have pledged to make 100% of their chicken cage-free by 2026. As of 2024, 25% of their chickens in major markets are already raised cage-free. This dedication to humane practices reflects KFC's responsibility towards animals, customers, and the environment, setting an industry standard for quality and ethics. These practices ensure that the chicken served at KFC is not only delicious, but also responsibly sourced. KFC works with suppliers to provide chickens with humane living conditions. This includes access to natural light, adequate space, and a healthy diet free from hormones. These practices ensure that chickens are raised in a stress-free environment, leading to better health and a higher quality product. By prioritizing the well-being of the animals, KFC guarantees that its chicken is not only tasty, but also raised responsibly, aligning with the values of today's conscious consumers. Quality assurance is paramount. Each chicken goes through a series of rigorous inspections to ensure it meets KFC's high standards before it reaches processing plants. These inspections are crucial in maintaining quality, ensuring that only the best products make it to the restaurants. KFC's strict quality control measures reflect their dedication to providing customers with safe, delicious food, adding another layer of trust to the brand. Once chickens pass inspection, they undergo a thorough cleaning process to eliminate any contaminants. KFC's processing plants adhere to strict hygiene standards, minimizing the risk of cross-contamination. These sanitation practices are essential in delivering safe, high-quality food to customers. By following stringent hygiene protocols, KFC ensures that every piece of chicken is handled with care and precision. KFC uses advanced technology to cut each chicken into standardized portions, ensuring uniform quality and portion sizes across all locations. This precision cutting not only maintains consistency, but also enhances the dining experience by providing evenly sized pieces that are easier to cook and enjoy. This level of detail reinforces KFC's commitment to quality, ensuring that every meal served meets the brand's high standards. Freshness is key. KFC chills its chicken to preserve its natural texture and flavor. By avoiding freezing in many regions, KFC ensures that its chicken retains its premium quality, delivering a product that tastes fresh and satisfying. This chilling process is a testament to KFC's dedication to maintaining the highest standards, providing customers with the freshest fried chicken possible. To keep the chicken fresh during transit, KFC employs strict temperature controls, ensuring the product remains at the optimal temperature until it reaches the restaurant. This meticulous process prevents spoilage and maintains the chicken's quality, ensuring customers receive a product that meets KFC's standards. These transportation practices highlight KFC's attention to detail, making sure that each piece of chicken is perfect when it arrives at its destination. The chicken undergoes a final inspection by KFC staff to confirm it meets quality standards. Once approved, it is stored under refrigerated conditions until it's ready for cooking. This last layer of inspection ensures that only the best chicken is served, reinforcing KFC's commitment to quality and consistency from farm to table. KFC's breading process is an art in itself. The chicken is dipped in cold water and then coated in a special blend of seasoned flour, which contains the famous 11 herbs and spices. This method ensures an even coating, creating that signature crispy texture and unforgettable flavor. The breading process is carefully designed to deliver a consistent, mouth-watering experience, capturing the essence of KFC in every bite. Pressure frying is a technique Sanders pioneered, allowing the chicken to cook faster while sealing in moisture. This method creates a crispy golden exterior while keeping the inside tender and juicy. Pressure frying is essential to KFC's texture, making each piece of chicken irresistibly delicious. This unique cooking process, combined with the secret recipe, is what gives KFC its finger-licking good flavor.
Honey holds a unique spot in our lives. Beyond its sweetness, honey offers health benefits, including antioxidant, antibacterial, and anti-inflammatory properties. But have you ever wondered how this natural elixir is produced on a large scale? Today, we'll explore the fascinating journey of honey from bee to bottle, delving into the intricate processes that make bulk honey production possible. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. We've got more fascinating content like this coming your way. And if you love learning about how your favorite products are made, give this video a thumbs up. The journey of honey production begins with the hive, a bustling community of bees working in perfect harmony. Each hive is a marvel of natural engineering, with its wax cells meticulously crafted in a hexagonal shape. This design isn't just visually appealing, it's also incredibly efficient, providing maximum storage capacity with minimal material. Within these wax cells, bee eggs hatch into larvae or grubs. Over the course of their development, these grubs are cared for by worker bees, which feed them a steady diet of royal jelly or a mixture of pollen and nectar, depending on their role within the colony. This nurturing environment ensures a healthy new generation of bees, ready to contribute to the hive's productivity. The hive operates as a well-oiled machine, with each bee playing a specific role, from cleaning and defending the hive to foraging for nectar. This division of labor is crucial for the success of honey production. Once a new generation of bees matures, the worker bees take on their most critical task, nectar collection. Armed with an acute sense of smell and remarkable navigation skills, these bees set out to find the best flowering plants. They fly from one flower to another, using their long, tube-like tongues to extract nectar. What's fascinating here is the dual functionality of the honey stomach. Unlike the bee's regular stomach used for digestion, the honey stomach is solely for nectar storage. As the worker bees collect nectar, they mix it with enzymes in their honey stomach. This initiates the transformation of nectar into honey, breaking down complex sugars into simpler ones. On their return to the hive, these worker bees engage in trophallaxis, a process where they regurgitate the nectar and pass it to house bees. This step not only helps with further processing, but also contributes to the unique flavor of the honey, as the bees' enzymes continue to work their magic. Once the honeycombs are filled with honey, it's time for beekeepers to step in. Harvesting honey is a delicate operation that requires careful preparation. Beekeepers don protective gear that includes a full-body bee suit, gloves, and a helmet with a veil. This ensures their safety, as bees can become defensive when their hive is disturbed. One of the most effective tools in a beekeeper's arsenal is the smoker. The smoker produces a steady stream of cool smoke, which has a calming effect on the bees. When exposed to smoke, bees instinctively begin consuming honey, preparing to abandon the hive in case of fire. This makes them less aggressive, allowing the beekeeper to work safely and efficiently. Beekeepers must also ensure that their tools are clean and sterilized to prevent contamination, maintaining the purity of the honey. The next step in the honey production process involves separating the honey-filled frames from the hive. Each hive consists of multiple frames, rectangular wooden structures that hold honeycombs. Beekeepers carefully remove these frames one by one, using hive tools to pry them loose. To minimize disruption, soft bee brushes are used to gently sweep the bees off the frames. This is done with precision to ensure that the bees are unharmed and can continue their work once the frames are returned. The extracted frames are then placed in hive boxes, which are neatly arranged to prevent any damage during transport. These boxes, now heavy with honey, are securely closed and loaded onto trucks, ready for their journey to the processing facility. Transporting honey-filled frames to the factory is a crucial step that ensures the integrity of the honey. During transport, the boxes are kept at optimal conditions to prevent spoilage. The journey to the factory is typically short, as time is of the essence to maintain the honey's freshness and quality. Once the frames arrive at the processing facility, they are carefully unloaded and inspected. Factory workers check for any signs of damage or contamination before the frames are sent to the decapping stage. This preliminary inspection is vital to ensure that only the best quality honey moves forward in the production process. In the factory, the first major step is decapping, which involves removing the thin wax layer that seals the honey within the combs. This wax, known as cappings, serves as a protective barrier, keeping the honey fresh and free from contaminants. Decapping machines are equipped with sharp rotating blades or heated knives that delicately slice through the wax on both sides of the frames. This process is done with precision to avoid damaging the honeycombs. The removed wax is collected and often repurposed for products like candles and cosmetics. With the cappings removed, the honey within the combs is exposed, ready for the next stage of extraction. The decapped frames are loaded into centrifuges, also known as honey extractors. These drum-like machines use centrifugal force to spin the honeycombs at high speeds, forcing the honey out of the cells. The honey collects on the walls of the extractor and gradually flows down to the bottom, where it is collected. This method is not only efficient, but also gentle on the combs, allowing them to be reused by beekeepers. The extracted honey at this stage is raw and unfiltered, containing bits of wax, pollen, and other impurities. However, it already exhibits the rich golden hue and distinct aroma that honey lovers cherish. To achieve the crystal clear honey you see on store shelves, the raw honey undergoes a thorough filtration process. It is passed through a series of fine sieves and mesh filters that remove any remaining impurities, including wax bits, pollen, and bee parts. Some factories employ advanced filtration systems that use pressure and mild heat to enhance the process. This ensures that the honey meets stringent quality standards while preserving its natural enzymes and nutrients. Filtered honey is now ready for bulk storage, a critical step in maintaining its quality before packaging. Filtered honey is transferred to large stainless steel tanks designed for food-grade storage. These tanks are equipped with temperature control systems that maintain the honey at an optimal temperature of around 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius. Temperature control is essential to prevent crystallization and maintain the honey's fluid consistency, making it easier to handle during packaging. The tanks are sealed to prevent contamination, and routine quality checks are conducted to ensure the honey remains pure and flavorful. These storage systems can hold thousands of gallons of honey, ready to be distributed for various packaging formats. The next stage is packaging, where automation takes center stage. Honey is pumped from the storage tanks into automated filling machines. These machines are programmed to fill jars with precise amounts of honey, ensuring consistency in weight and volume. Jars are placed on conveyor belts, moving in perfect synchronization under the filling nozzles. Each jar is filled quickly and efficiently, minimizing waste. This automation not only speeds up production, but also maintains the highest hygiene standards, as human contact is kept to a minimum. Once filled, the jars move to the sealing station. Here, automated arms place lids on each jar and screw them tightly, creating an airtight seal. This ensures the honey remains fresh and prevents any leakage during transport. The sealed jars then pass through the labeling station, where they receive their branded labels. These labels provide crucial information, including product name, nutritional facts, and batch numbers. High-speed applicators ensure that every jar is labeled accurately and consistently, ready to hit store shelves. In addition to traditional jars, some factories produce honey spoons, pre-measured portions of honey molded into spoon shapes and individually wrapped. These are perfect for consumers who want a quick, mess-free way to enjoy honey. The process involves pouring honey into spoon-shaped molds, followed by cooling to solidify the shape. Once cooled, the honey spoons are sealed in individual wrappers, maintaining their freshness and providing a convenient option for on-the-go use. With all products prepared, it's time for bulk packaging. Jars and honey spoons are carefully packed into sturdy cartons, designed to protect the contents during transportation. These cartons are labeled with shipping information and batch numbers for traceability. Before leaving the factory, each package undergoes a final inspection to ensure it meets quality standards. Once approved, the cartons are loaded onto trucks, ready for distribution to retailers and supermarkets worldwide. Modern honey production emphasizes quality assurance and traceability. Factories conduct rigorous testing at every stage, from raw honey inspection to final packaging. These tests measure moisture content, purity, and taste consistency, ensuring the honey meets regulatory and consumer standards. Traceability systems allow each jar of honey to be tracked back to its hive of origin. This transparency builds trust with consumers, guaranteeing that the honey is ethically sourced and of the highest quality. The journey of honey from hive to jar is a remarkable fusion of nature and technology. Every spoonful tells a story of tireless bees, dedicated beekeepers, and sophisticated machinery. As you drizzle honey on your toast or stir it into your tea, remember the incredible process that brought this golden nectar to your table. Factories in the U.S. are working around the clock to produce thousands of perfectly cooked omelets daily for frozen food aisles, restaurants, and hotels. This isn't just cooking, it's food engineering at its finest. In this video, we'll explore the incredible journey of bulk omelet production where advanced technology meets culinary expertise. From cracking eggs at lightning speed to locking in the freshness with modern freezing techniques, let's discover how American factories whip up breakfast on such a massive scale. The journey begins with the star ingredient, eggs. These aren't just any eggs, they come from carefully selected farms that meet strict quality standards. Eggs are collected daily and transported to factories in specialized refrigerated trucks that maintain an optimal temperature, ensuring the eggs stay fresh. Imagine thousands of eggs arriving at the factory doors, ready to begin their transformation. Upon arrival, the eggs undergo multiple quality control steps. Advanced optical scanners examine each egg for cracks, dirt, and imperfections. These scanners use high-speed cameras and sensors capable of analyzing hundreds of eggs per second. Even the egg's internal quality is checked, using light to detect freshness, yolk firmness, and any abnormalities. Any egg that doesn't meet the criteria is separated and repurposed, ensuring nothing goes to waste. Cracking an egg might seem simple at home, but when you're dealing with tens of thousands daily, it's a whole different ballgame. Enter the egg cracking machine, an innovation that's both precise and efficient. These machines gently pick up each egg, position it perfectly, and crack it open at the seam. The contents are emptied into collection trays while the shells are discarded. What happens to the shells, you ask? They're not simply thrown away. Many factories process the shells into calcium-rich powders used for animal feed or agricultural fertilizer. Meanwhile, the egg whites and yolks flow into massive stainless steel vats. Advanced filtering systems ensure that not even the tiniest piece of shell makes it through. Now that the eggs are cracked, it's time to blend them. Think of your kitchen whisk, but scaled up 1,000-fold. Industrial blenders equipped with powerful motors and precision controls mix the egg whites and yolks into a uniform consistency. This ensures every omelet has the same creamy texture. But here's where the creativity comes in. Depending on the type of omelet, additional ingredients are introduced. For classic omelets, a dash of salt and pepper is added. For richer varieties, milk or cream is poured in to enhance the texture. Some recipes call for shredded cheese, diced vegetables like bell peppers and onions, or proteins like ham and bacon. These ingredients are prepped in separate sections of the factory, washed, diced, and measured before being blended into the egg mixture. Every step is designed to maintain consistency while accommodating diverse recipes. Once the egg mixture is perfectly blended, it's time to hit the griddles. Specialized pouring machines are programmed to deliver exact portions of the mixture onto a conveyor belt lined with non-stick griddles. These griddles, often made of high-grade Teflon or stainless steel, are preheated to an ideal temperature. It's hot enough to cook the eggs quickly, but gentle enough to prevent burning or sticking. The pouring machines work with surgical precision, ensuring every omelet has the same thickness and size. Whether it's a petite single-serve omelet or a larger one for restaurant chains, the portioning system guarantees uniformity. This step is crucial for maintaining a consistent cooking process further down the line. The fold is the hallmark of a well-made omelet, and in factories, this step is both automated and artful. Robotic arms equipped with soft food-grade paddles gently lift and fold each omelet. For consistency, sensors ensure that each fold is identical, creating a flawless finish every time. Folded omelets are transferred to a secondary conveyor belt where they undergo a final round of cooking to seal in the fillings. This step ensures that the flavors are fully integrated and the omelet has the right texture, fluffy, moist, and slightly firm on the outside. Once cooked, the omelets are far from done. To preserve their freshness and flavor, they're immediately sent to a flash freezing unit. This high-tech system uses blast freezers to lower the temperature of the omelets within minutes. Why flash freeze? The quicker the freezing process, the smaller the ice crystals that form. This prevents the omelets from losing moisture or becoming rubbery when reheated. The frozen omelets are then transferred to cold storage, where they're kept at sub-zero temperatures until they're ready for packaging. This step ensures that consumers get a product as fresh as the day it was made. Packaging is where functionality meets presentation. Automated machines wrap each omelet individually in airtight plastic film, protecting it from freezer burn and contamination. For multi-pack products, omelets are neatly stacked and sealed in boxes or trays, complete with branding and nutritional labels. The packaging also includes clear cooking instructions, making it easy for consumers to enjoy the product at home. Whether it's microwave-ready or designed for skillet reheating, the packaging ensures convenience without compromising on quality. No batch of omelets leaves the factory without passing rigorous quality checks. Inspectors sample omelets from every batch, examining them for taste, texture, appearance, and proper folding. Automated scanners check the weight and dimensions of each omelet to ensure uniformity. For stuffed omelets, it's important that the fillings are evenly distributed and the fold is secure. Any product that doesn't meet these standards is removed from the line and repurposed to minimize waste. These checks ensure that customers receive only the highest quality omelets. With the omelets packaged and frozen, they're ready to hit the road. Refrigerated trucks transport them to grocery stores, restaurants, and distribution centers nationwide. Some even make their way to international markets, showcasing the global appeal of American breakfast products. Logistics teams ensure that the cold chain is never broken, keeping the omelets fresh and safe for consumption. In an era of environmental awareness, many factories prioritize sustainability. Eggshells are repurposed as fertilizer, while excess egg whites or yolks are used in other food products. Energy-efficient equipment, water recycling systems, and solar panels further reduce the environmental impact of bulk production. These efforts show that feeding the masses doesn't have to come at the expense of the planet. From the farm to your plate, the journey of a bulk-produced omelet is nothing short of extraordinary. Whether you're enjoying it at a diner or pulling it from your freezer for a quick breakfast, every omelet tells the story of innovation, precision, and care. Factories work tirelessly to ensure that each bite delivers the quality and flavor you expect. Picture yourself strolling down the condiments aisle in your local grocery store. On the shelves, you see row after row of those familiar red bottles that we Americans just can't live without. Whether you're squeezing it on crispy fries at a backyard barbecue, drizzling it over a juicy burger while watching the big game, or using it as a tangy dipping sauce for your chicken tenders late at night. Tomato ketchup is one of those flavors that instantly makes us feel at home. This stuff is so woven into our culinary DNA that we rarely stop to consider where it really comes from. I mean, we all know it starts with tomatoes, right? But what about the farms where those tomatoes are grown? The specialized seeds, the careful irrigation, the massive processing factory lines, the food processing machines, the high-tech equipment that transforms a simple piece of fruit into this sweet, tangy sauce we adore? Let's pull back the curtain and dive deep into the entire journey, from tiny tomato seeds in a field to the iconic squeeze bottle in your kitchen. Trust me, this ride's going to be wild, packed with flavor, history, American ingenuity, and the kind of behind-the-scenes knowledge that'll make you look at that humble bottle of ketchup in a whole new light. Before we get rolling, don't be shy. If you're digging this kind of content and want to learn more about how your favorite foods move from seed to plate, smash that like button, drop a comment below, and hit that subscribe button so we can keep bringing you more tasty adventures. Your support means the world, and it also helps us justify more road trips to processing factories and farms across the country. Now let's get this ketchup story started. Tomato ketchup has a backstory that goes way beyond your favorite fast food joint. Believe it or not, what we now call ketchup actually has roots in ancient times. The word ketchup might have originated from an old Chinese fermented fish sauce known as ketchup. But don't worry, that distant ancestor is barely recognizable today. As people traveled and traded around the world, different ingredients and flavors merged into new versions of the sauce. Europeans played around with mushrooms, walnuts, and even anchovies to replicate that savory tang. It wasn't until the early 1800s that tomatoes entered the picture. Once Americans got their hands on the red fruit, yes, it's a fruit technically, they realized it could create a sweet and sour balance that was simply irresistible. By the mid-1800s, tomato ketchup started to spread like wildfire across America. Then a certain Pennsylvania entrepreneur named Henry J. Heinz stepped in during the late 19th century, refining the recipe, introducing better preservation methods, and turning tomato ketchup into a household staple. He helped it go from a simple pantry item to an iconic American condiment that would make its way onto burgers, fries, hot dogs, and just about any dish we love to sauce up. But enough about the old days. Let's talk about the here and now. To understand how that tomato transforms into ketchup, you've got to start at the farm. The majority of America's ketchup-bound tomatoes come from places known for their sunny days and fertile soil. Think California's Central Valley, a region that grows a staggering proportion of the nation's tomatoes. These aren't your garden variety slicers you put on a salad. Oh no, ketchup tomatoes are special breeds, often Roma or other paste-type tomatoes, known for their meaty texture and low water content. Farmers who grow these tomatoes are true masters at coaxing the best flavor out of the soil. They start with seeds, specially bred for processing purposes. The seeds are germinated in controlled greenhouses where young seedlings get just the right combo of warmth, light, and moisture. Once these tiny plants are strong enough to handle the great outdoors, they're transplanted into vast fields. Farming these tomatoes in the American heartland is no easy task. Growers have to deal with shifting weather patterns, unpredictable rain, pests, and soil health issues. Modern farming techniques have evolved to tackle these challenges with drip irrigation systems to ensure each plant gets just the right amount of water, natural pest management strategies to reduce chemical usage, and careful crop rotation to keep the soil rich in nutrients. Farmers rely on a blend of tradition and science, combining tried-and-true methods passed down through generations with cutting-edge agricultural technology that might make your head spin. Some farms even use drones and AI-driven analysis to monitor crop health, which is pretty wild. While these fields might look calm and peaceful from a distance, they're the first big step in a complex supply chain that feeds into the heart of the food processing industry. As the growing season progresses, tomatoes bask in the sun until they reach that perfect moment of ripeness, firm but juicy, with a deep red color and that classic sweet tart flavor. Once harvest time rolls around, the fields become a bustling scene of activity. Large harvesting machines roll through, shaking plants to release the fruit and collecting tomatoes by the ton. This is where the scale of modern agriculture really hits home. We're talking massive quantities of tomatoes, all destined to end up in your ketchup bottle. It's a delicate operation because you need to pick them when their sugar content and flavor profiles are just right. Too early, and the taste isn't there. Too late, and you risk a mushy mess. After harvesting, the tomatoes don't just hang out in the field, they need to get moving, fast. Picture fleets of trucks rolling down highways, each hauling a load of fresh tomatoes that have to reach the factory before they start to degrade. The clock is ticking because tomatoes are perishable. To preserve their quality, the tomatoes often travel in climate-controlled trucks, ensuring they arrive at the factory as fresh as possible. This journey might take a day or two, depending on the distance, but efficiency is everything. The drivers know that every hour matters, and the factories are prepared to receive and process these precious red gems around the clock. As we cross the threshold into the world of processing factories, get ready to be impressed by the sheer scale of what goes on inside these giants. American ketchup factories are marvels of the food processing industry, filled with a mind-boggling array of food factory machines, conveyor belts, vats, stainless steel pipes, and complicated control rooms. This is where the raw fruit meets machinery and technology that's more advanced than you might imagine. We're talking about a full-blown processing factory environment with top-notch food processing equipment carefully designed to handle huge volumes of tomatoes. The building might look unassuming from the outside, but inside, it's like stepping into another world, one brimming with mechanical arms, automated washing stations, optical sorting systems that use lasers or cameras to weed out subpar tomatoes, and industrial cooking stations that can simmer enough tomato pulp to feed a small town. First up is the cleaning and sorting process. The tomatoes are dumped into massive washing tanks filled with clean water. Jets of water and brushes gently scrub away dirt and debris. This isn't your grandma rinsing a few tomatoes at the kitchen sink. This is high-powered sanitation on a huge scale. After washing, the tomatoes pass through sorting machines that use a combination of sensors and sometimes even artificial intelligence-driven sorting to separate the perfectly ripe tomatoes from any that are bruised, underripe, or otherwise flawed. The sorting stage ensures that only the cream of the crop moves forward. This is where the amazing food processing really shows its muscle, and you start appreciating just how much the food processing factory invests in getting things right. It's not just about machines, though. There are human technicians and quality control experts on site, watching monitors and sometimes examining random samples by hand, making sure everything meets rigorous standards. Next, it's time to transform those whole tomatoes into something closer to the ketchup we know and love. The tomatoes are often given a quick heat treatment called blanching. Blanching helps loosen their skins, making it easier to remove unwanted bits later on. After blanching, they're sent through a peeling process. High-tech peeling machines. And yeah, we're talking about food industry machinery that would blow your mind. Strip away skins and discard any stems. What's left is pure tomato flesh. Seeds are then separated through mechanical filters, leaving a thick, rich pulp. This pulp is the beating heart of your future ketchup, a thick red base that will soon become that tangy sauce we crave. The pulping stage marks a turning point. Once the tomatoes have been reduced to pulp, they head into giant cooking vats. Inside these shiny steel kettles, the tomato pulp is gently simmered. Imagine enormous metal vats, bigger than a hot tub, all filled with vibrant red puree. In this process zone, controlled heating helps evaporate excess water, concentrating the tomato solids and developing that signature flavor. Temperature sensors and automated controls keep the heat steady. Quality checks happen frequently. Technicians grab samples, measure pH levels, check sugar content, and ensure the pulp thickens to the right consistency. This is like the early rehearsal stage for your ketchup. The flavors are starting to form, the texture is getting right, but we're not quite there yet. As the cooking continues, it's time for flavor additions. What would ketchup be without its signature sweet and sour notes? In these factories, carefully measured amounts of sugar, vinegar, salt, and spices are added. Some recipes might have onion or garlic powder, maybe a hint of clove, all contributing to that complex savory sweet balance. This step is where each brand's secret formula comes into play. Certain well-established companies have their own proprietary blends of spices, locked away tighter than the codes for a bank vault. The addition of vinegar is crucial. It brings that zing that makes ketchup pop on your tongue. Sugar tempers the acidity, and salt ties it all together. These additions are carefully metered by advanced food processing technology, ensuring batch-to-batch consistency. In many cases, AI-driven systems help maintain consistency across millions of bottles, making this a true masterpiece of the food processing industry. Once the seasoned pulp has thickened to the right consistency and all the flavors have melded together, the mixture goes through pasteurization. This heating step kills off any lingering microorganisms, giving the ketchup a longer shelf life. Modern processing factories rely on heat exchangers and closed processing systems that keep contamination at bay. It's a balancing act between cooking the product enough to ensure safety and not overcooking it, which could dull the bright tomato flavor. The result is a stable ketchup base that's now ready to become the final product you recognize on store shelves. We're now about halfway through this journey, and speaking of which, if you haven't already, now's a great time to show some love. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this deep dive into the world of tomato ketchup, toss a comment down below if you've learned something new, and subscribe to keep up with our next factory adventure. Your support helps us bring you more real talk about what's on your plate. Okay, back to the ketchup. At this stage, the ketchup is tested like a prized wine. Technicians check viscosity, color, taste, and aroma. This quality control stage is the final gatekeeper before bottling. If anything's off, adjustments are made on the spot. Sometimes a tweak in sugar or vinegar levels or a subtle change in cooking temperature can bring the batch back in line. Some factories conduct taste panels. Yes, a group of trained tasters who spend their day evaluating ketchup. Not a bad gig, right? Once the panel gives the thumbs up, it's on to packaging. Bottling lines are a sight to behold. Imagine a sleek assembly line where empty bottles zoom into a filling machine that accurately dispenses the ketchup at lightning speed. Modern food processing equipment ensures that each bottle gets the precise amount. leaving no room for messy overflows or short fills. The bottles move down the line, get capped, sealed, and labeled in a blur of mechanical precision. High-speed labelers apply those familiar wrappers, complete with nutritional info, branding, barcodes, and maybe even a quirky tagline. From there, quality checks are performed once again, scanning for proper seals and making sure the packaging is on point. The entire process is a ballet of automation, robots and specialized machinery working seamlessly, guided by engineers and technicians who keep a watchful eye on the line. Once sealed, the bottles head to a warehouse where they're packed into cartons and stacked on pallets. Distribution trucks will ferry them to grocery stores, diners, burger joints, and restaurant chains all over the country. By the time you grab a bottle off the shelf, it has already traveled a long and carefully orchestrated journey from seed to factory to store, ensuring each squeeze delivers that perfect balance of sweet and tangy flavors. An important part of this story lies in the sustainability efforts that many American ketchup producers are embracing. Over the years, the industry has recognized that large-scale farming and intensive factory operations have an environmental impact. Farms now use drip irrigation and integrated pest management to reduce water waste and minimize chemical use. Factories invest in energy-efficient systems, heat recovery technology, and waste treatment solutions to shrink their environmental footprint. Some even integrate AI and machine learning to optimize energy consumption and reduce losses. Packaging is evolving too, with more recyclable materials and a push to reduce plastic usage. These eco-friendly approaches show that the ketchup industry isn't just about making good sauce. It's about ensuring that future generations can enjoy it without exhausting our planet's resources. On top of sustainability, there's a whole world of innovations stirring in the ketchup world. Startups and research labs experiment with new ingredients and methods to create healthier, more flavorful ketchup. Some are exploring low-sugar variants or adding antioxidants. Others are tinkering with novel spices or umami boosters. There's even talk of using fermentation or other natural techniques to deepen flavor complexity. This dynamic environment keeps ketchup relevant in a world where culinary trends shift rapidly. Imagine one day we might have AI-crafted ketchup recipes designed to perfectly complement specific dishes or dietary preferences. It's a brave new world where food technology and flavor science converge, pushing the boundaries of what we consider classic condiments. We've covered a lot of ground, from ancient fish sauces to modern-day AI-assisted processing lines. But at its heart, ketchup is still about taking something simple, tomatoes, and transforming it into something extraordinary. The difference is all in the details: the careful breeding of tomato varieties, the gentle tending of fields under the American sun, the swift transportation to keep flavors fresh, the intricate machines that peel, crush, cook, and package, and the dedicated humans who taste, test, and tweak until that bright, familiar flavor emerges. Now, as we near the end of our journey, let's not forget why we embarked on this adventure in the first place. It's easy to take that red bottle for granted, but it represents centuries of culinary evolution, decades of agricultural and industrial innovation, and a whole lot of human effort. From the farmer's hands planting seeds to the engineers designing food industry machines, from the quality control testers making sure the consistency is just right. The truck drivers delivering cases of bottles across state lines, everyone plays a role in bringing that ketchup to your table.
Apple juice isn't just a beverage. It's the result of years of farming expertise and cutting-edge technology. Today, we're taking you behind the scenes to uncover how apple juice is made, starting from the farm to the factory, and finally to your fridge. Stick around because what you're about to see will change how you think about your favorite drink. Apple juice has been enjoyed for centuries. The first recorded evidence of apple cultivation dates back to ancient Kazakhstan, where wild apples grew in abundance. Fast forward to the colonial era in the United States. apples became a staple crop for settlers, who used them to make cider and juice. By the 20th century, advancements in food processing allowed for large-scale production of apple juice, making it a household favorite across America. Today, the US is one of the top apple producers globally, with states like Washington, New York, and Michigan leading the charge. Let's start where every bottle of apple juice begins: the orchard. Apple trees require specific conditions to thrive: well-drained soil, plenty of sunlight, and moderate temperatures. Farmers in the US carefully choose varieties like Fuji, Gala, and Granny Smith for their distinct flavors and juicing qualities. Orchard care and growing apples. Farmers plant apple trees in neatly spaced rows, allowing maximum sunlight exposure. It takes about 3-5 years for a tree to mature enough to bear fruit. During this time, the trees are pruned, watered, and protected from pests using sustainable farming practices. Advanced irrigation systems ensure that trees get just the right amount of water. Harvesting the apples. When harvest season arrives in late summer to early fall, apples are picked at their peak ripeness. Modern mechanical harvesters gently shake the trees, causing ripe apples to fall onto cushioned mats. Hand-picking is still common for high-quality apples, ensuring minimal bruising. Once collected, the apples are sorted, cleaned, and packed for transportation to the factory. To preserve their quality, apples are transported in climate-controlled trucks. Time is of the essence. Freshly harvested apples must reach the factory quickly to ensure their flavor and nutrients remain intact. Factories often work directly with local orchards to minimize transportation time, reducing the carbon footprint and ensuring freshness. Once the apples arrive at the factory, the transformation begins. The first step is cleaning and sorting. Apples are unloaded onto large conveyor belts, where they are sprayed with high-pressure water jets to remove dirt, leaves, and any other debris. Sorting with technology. Here's where modern machinery takes over. Advanced AI-powered sorting machines scan the apples to identify imperfections. Apples that are too bruised or rotten are removed, while the rest move on to the next stage. This ensures that only the best apples make it into your juice. After sorting, the apples are sent to the crushing zone. Large industrial crushers break the apples into smaller pieces, creating a pulp. This pulp is then transferred to hydraulic presses that squeeze out the juice. The pressing process is designed to extract the maximum amount of juice while leaving behind a dry pomace. Maximizing juice yield. Factories use advanced pressing techniques to ensure minimal waste. The pomace, or leftover apple solids, isn't discarded. It's often repurposed as animal feed or compost, making the process sustainable. Filtration for clarity. The freshly extracted juice undergoes filtration to remove any remaining pulp and impurities. Depending on the desired product, the juice can either remain cloudy or be filtered for a clear appearance. Pasteurization for safety. Next comes pasteurization, a crucial step to ensure the juice is safe to drink. The juice is heated to a specific temperature to kill harmful bacteria without affecting its flavor. Factories use high-speed pasteurization methods to maintain the juice's freshness. Apple juice isn't just juice, it's a carefully crafted blend. Technicians combine juice from different apple varieties to achieve a consistent flavor profile. For example, tart Granny Smith juice might be blended with sweeter Fuji juice for a perfectly balanced taste. Quality testing. Before the juice moves to packaging, it undergoes rigorous quality checks. Lab technicians test for sugar content, acidity, and taste to ensure the product meets industry standards. Bottling the juice. The juice flows into automated bottling machines, where it is poured into bottles or cartons at lightning speed. These machines also seal and label the bottles, ensuring they're ready for distribution. Types of packaging. Factories offer a range of packaging options, from glass bottles for premium juices to eco-friendly cartons for everyday use. Each type is designed to preserve the juice's flavor and freshness. Once packaged, the apple juice is loaded onto refrigerated trucks and shipped to retailers across the country. Distribution networks ensure that juice reaches stores quickly, maintaining its freshness. Many apple juice factories are committed to sustainability. Leftover apple solids are recycled as animal feed or compost. Factories also use energy-efficient equipment to reduce their environmental impact. By adopting these practices, they contribute to a greener future while keeping production costs low. Did you know it takes about 3 medium-sized apples to make 1 cup of juice? Apple juice is the second most popular fruit juice in the US, just behind orange juice. The antioxidants in apple juice make it a heart-healthy choice for many Americans. And there you have it, the incredible journey of apple juice, from the sun-kissed orchards of America to the advanced machinery of factories, and finally to your glass. The next time you enjoy a sip, remember the farmers, workers, and technology that made it possible.
The global bamboo market has skyrocketed in recent years, now estimated at an impressive $60 billion. It is often considered one of nature's most remarkable gifts to mankind, and for good reason. This versatile plant has not only stood the test of time, but has evolved into a symbol of sustainability and innovation. In American factories, bulk bamboo production is a testament to the fusion of nature's abundance and cutting-edge technology. Today, we delve into the fascinating world of bamboo production, exploring how this renewable resource is transformed into a myriad of products that touch every aspect of modern life. From the soil where it's grown to the precision machines that process it, the journey of bamboo is as inspiring as it is intricate. So, let's take a closer look at how American factories are revolutionizing the bamboo industry to meet the growing global demand. This isn't just a fleeting trend. Bamboo's compound annual growth rate is setting records. Why? Because bamboo's versatility and eco-friendliness make it a favorite in industries ranging from construction to consumer goods. While Southeast Asia dominates bamboo cultivation, the United States has emerged as a leader in innovative processing techniques. American factories have embraced the challenge of scaling bamboo production, crafting products that are both sustainable and practical. Bamboo cultivation begins in carefully managed farms. While Southeast Asia is the hub for bamboo farming, American enterprises often import raw bamboo or cultivate species adapted to local climates. These farms emphasize sustainability, ensuring minimal environmental impact. Bamboo thrives in well-drained soil with adequate moisture. Farmers plant new shoots derived from rhizomes, which are underground stems equipped with buds. These shoots grow rapidly, often reaching maturity within 3 to 5 years, a stark contrast to traditional hardwoods that take decades to replenish. Spacing is another crucial aspect. Depending on the species, bamboo plants are spaced strategically to optimize growth. Some are planted close together, forming dense clusters, while others are given ample room to stretch out. Sunlight is essential for healthy growth, although certain species can tolerate partial shade. During the dry season, mature stems are harvested using precise techniques to prevent damage to the plant and ensure regrowth. This process, known as coppicing, allows bamboo to regenerate naturally, making it an incredibly renewable resource. Harvesting bamboo requires skill and care. Workers use tools such as machetes and pruning shears to make clean cuts just above the nodal swell, aiding drainage and preventing rot. Only mature stems are selected, ensuring younger shoots continue to grow undisturbed. This selective harvesting ensures the long-term sustainability of bamboo farms. Once harvested, the bamboo is bundled and transported to processing facilities. These facilities often rely on advanced logistics to handle large volumes efficiently. Trucks equipped with climate-controlled storage ensure that the bamboo remains fresh and ready for processing upon arrival. The transformation of bamboo begins with treatment to enhance its durability. Raw bamboo is susceptible to moisture, pests, and decay, so it undergoes a series of treatments to address these issues. Factories use specialized solutions to improve moisture resistance and protect against insects. The bamboo is then dried in controlled environments to achieve the optimal level of humidity. This step is critical for preventing warping and ensuring the bamboo's structural integrity. Once treated, the bamboo enters the cutting phase. Specialized machinery splits the bamboo into strips or slats of uniform thickness. Circular blades, arranged in precise configurations, slice the bamboo with remarkable accuracy. These strips form the basis for a variety of products, from flooring to kitchen utensils. To ensure uniformity, additional machines refine the strips, removing imperfections and smoothing the surfaces. In large-scale production, efficiency is paramount. American factories leverage state-of-the-art machinery to handle the complexities of bamboo processing. For instance, bamboo dissection machines separate stems into strips, while width slicers ensure consistent dimensions. Filament forming machines further refine these strips, shaping them into thin slats suitable for products like ice cream sticks or skewers. Another marvel of modern engineering is the bamboo stick size setting machine, which standardizes dimensions for items like chopsticks or skewers. Blade sharpening machines keep the equipment in peak condition, ensuring precision cuts throughout the process. These highly coordinated production lines can produce up to 400,000 bamboo sticks in a single 8-hour shift, a testament to the efficiency of American factories. Bamboo straws have gained immense popularity as an eco-friendly alternative to plastic. The production process begins with selecting bamboo poles of the appropriate diameter, typically between 7 and 13 millimeters. These poles are cleaned and polished to remove rough edges, then cut into smaller sections. The hollow center of each section is meticulously drilled out to create a smooth interior. The final product retains the natural aroma and golden hue of bamboo, making it both functional and aesthetically pleasing. Bamboo cutlery is another area where American factories excel. Using automated machinery, bamboo is cut into smaller sections and shaped into spoons, forks, and knives. The production process involves sanding and polishing to ensure a smooth finish, eliminating splinters and rough edges. Skilled artisans oversee the machinery, making adjustments as needed to maintain quality. The final products are not only durable, but also biodegradable, aligning with the growing demand for sustainable consumer goods. Bamboo skewers are crafted by splitting bamboo into thin strips and shaping them into pointed ends. These skewers are dried naturally to enhance their sturdiness and packaged for distribution to restaurants and retail stores. Bamboo toothbrushes, on the other hand, require precision engineering. CNC machines cut bamboo into handle shapes, drilling holes for bristles with pinpoint accuracy. The bristles are then inserted and the handles are polished to a smooth finish. This automated process ensures consistency and efficiency, with factories producing thousands of toothbrushes daily to meet the growing demand for eco-friendly hygiene products. One of the most significant applications of bamboo is in construction. Bamboo strips are treated to remove sugars and insects, then conditioned to achieve the ideal humidity level. These strips are often carbonized to darken their color and bonded into layers using hydraulic pressing. The result is a sturdy, attractive material suitable for flooring, walls, and decorative panels. The production of bamboo panels involves similar steps, with additional treatments like staining or painting for aesthetic purposes. These materials meet high standards of strength and uniformity, making them a popular choice for sustainable construction projects. Bamboo's rapid growth rate and minimal environmental impact make it a standout choice for eco-conscious consumers. And unlike hardwoods that take decades to mature, bamboo can be harvested within a few years. Its ability to regenerate without replanting further underscores its sustainability. Additionally, bamboo absorbs more carbon dioxide and produces more oxygen than equivalent stands of trees, making it a valuable ally in combating climate change. American factories have embraced these attributes, ensuring that every step of the production process aligns with sustainability goals. From energy-efficient machinery to waste reduction initiatives, these facilities are setting new benchmarks in eco-friendly manufacturing. As the world's appetite for bamboo products continues to grow, American factories are at the forefront of innovation and scalability. Whether it's crafting elegant cutlery, durable flooring, or versatile skewers, these facilities showcase the potential of bamboo to revolutionize industries. The integration of advanced technology with sustainable practices ensures that bamboo products not only meet but exceed consumer expectations. Did you know Taco Bell sold over 100 million Doritos Locos Tacos in just 10 weeks after their launch? That's more than 1 million tacos a day. It's no secret that these tacos are a sensation, but what goes into making Taco Bell's tacos in bulk? From sourcing the finest ingredients to employing cutting-edge technology in their factories, the process is nothing short of extraordinary. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the fascinating process of taco production in American factories, exploring every step that ensures each taco meets Taco Bell's high standards and satisfies millions of cravings worldwide. Taco Bell's story is one of creativity, perseverance, and a deep love for food. It all began with Glenn Bell, a visionary entrepreneur born in 1923 in Linwood, California. Growing up during the Great Depression, Bell understood the importance of affordable and comforting food. This upbringing instilled in him a passion for creating meals that were both accessible and delicious. After serving in the U.S. Marines during World War II, Glenn Bell returned home with a dream to start his own business. His first venture was a modest hot dog stand called Bell's Drive-In, which he opened in 1948 in San Bernardino, California. While the hot dog stand was moderately successful, Bell's curiosity about Mexican cuisine, specifically the hard-shell tacos sold at Mitla Cafe across the street, sparked a new vision. He was captivated by the cafe's popularity and spent hours observing their operations, eager to learn their techniques. Through patience and persistence, Bell befriended the cafe owners and learned their recipe secrets. In 1951, armed with this knowledge, he opened his first taco stand, Taco Tia. This small venture was the beginning of what would become a global empire. By 1962, Bell had refined his concept and opened the first official Taco Bell restaurant in Downey, California. With a simple menu of tacos, tostadas, burritos, and beans priced at just 19 cents each, Taco Bell quickly captured the hearts of customers. Today, this iconic brand is synonymous with fast, flavorful, Mexican-inspired food. At the heart of every Taco Bell taco is its signature taco shell. These shells aren't just any tortillas, they are the foundation of the Taco Bell experience, meticulously crafted to deliver the perfect crunch and flavor. The journey begins with sourcing high-quality corn from trusted suppliers. Taco Bell's corn suppliers adhere to strict quality and sustainability standards, with many employing eco-friendly farming practices to ensure the long-term health of their fields and the environment. The corn is processed into masa, a dough made by mixing ground corn with water and other ingredients. This masa forms the base of the tortilla. Achieving the perfect consistency for the masa is a critical step. Factories use state-of-the-art moisture control systems to monitor the dough's water content and texture, ensuring it is neither too wet nor too dry. The precise balance is essential for frying and achieving the iconic Taco Bell crunch. Once the masa is prepared, it is rolled into thin sheets and cut into perfectly round tortillas. This step requires incredible precision because the thickness of the tortilla directly impacts its frying quality. If the tortilla is too thin, it will break easily. If it's too thick, it becomes chewy rather than crispy. To maintain uniformity, factories employ laser technology to measure the tortilla's thickness and detect any imperfections. The tortillas are then fried in hot oil until they achieve a golden brown color and crispy texture. The frying process is closely monitored, with exact temperatures and timing, ensuring every shell meets Taco Bell's standards. The oil is regularly filtered to maintain its quality, preventing any burnt particles from affecting the taste of the shells. After frying, the shells are cooled and inspected for consistency. Only the best shells are selected for packaging, while any that don't meet the standards are discarded or repurposed. These crispy shells are carefully packed into containers designed to protect them during transportation. The containers are temperature controlled to maintain freshness and prevent the shells from becoming stale or brittle. This meticulous process ensures that every Taco Bell taco shell arrives at restaurants in perfect condition, ready to be filled and enjoyed. No Taco Bell taco is complete without its seasoned beef, a flavorful and juicy filling that complements the crispy shell. The beef used in Taco Bell's tacos is sourced from USDA-approved suppliers who meet strict quality and safety standards. Upon arrival at the factory, the beef undergoes rigorous inspections to ensure it meets Taco Bell's specifications for freshness and quality. The first step in the beef preparation process is sorting. The beef is sorted based on its fat content to achieve the ideal balance of lean and fat, which is crucial for both flavor and texture. The sorted beef is then ground in industrial machines set to a precise grind size. This consistency allows the beef to cook evenly and absorb the seasoning fully, resulting in a perfectly seasoned filling. The ground beef is cooked in large industrial kettles that can handle massive quantities at once. These kettles are equipped with automated stirring mechanisms to prevent clumping and ensure even cooking. While the beef is still hot, Taco Bell's proprietary spice mix is added. This blend of spices, including chili powder, garlic powder, cumin, and paprika, has been carefully developed over the years to create the signature Taco Bell flavor. The timing of the seasoning is critical. Adding it too early can cause the flavors to fade, while adding it too late prevents the spices from fully integrating with the meat. Once the beef is cooked and seasoned, it is flash frozen to lock in its freshness and flavor. Flash freezing rapidly lowers the temperature of the beef, preventing the formation of large ice crystals that can alter the texture of the meat. The frozen beef is then packed into sealed containers and transported to Taco Bell restaurants in temperature-controlled trucks. At the restaurant, the beef is reheated in specialized steamers that restore its freshly cooked texture and flavor. These steamers use bursts of steam to add moisture back into the meat without making it soggy. The result is a juicy, flavorful filling that's ready to be served in tacos, burritos, and other menu items. The magic of Taco Bell's tacos comes to life when all the components come together in the restaurant kitchen. When an order is placed, the taco shells are carefully filled with reheated seasoned beef, followed by a layer of freshly shredded lettuce and a generous sprinkling of cheese. Additional toppings such as diced tomatoes or sour cream are added based on the specific menu item. Each ingredient is portioned with precision to maintain consistency across all Taco Bell locations. This attention to detail ensures that every taco delivers the same delicious experience, whether you're ordering in Los Angeles or New York. The assembly process is designed for efficiency, allowing staff to prepare tacos quickly without compromising quality. Taco Bell has always been a leader in innovation, constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible in fast food. From introducing the game-changing Doritos Locos Taco to exploring plant-based protein options, the brand continues to evolve to meet the changing tastes and preferences of its customers. Sustainability is also a core focus for Taco Bell. The company works closely with its suppliers to adopt eco-friendly practices, such as reducing water usage and minimizing waste. In its factories, Taco Bell uses energy-efficient equipment and implements recycling programs to reduce its environmental footprint. These initiatives reflect the brand's commitment to creating delicious food while caring for the planet. Before we wrap up, let's explore some fun facts about Taco Bell and its remarkable legacy. Taco Bell serves over 2 billion customers annually in more than 7,000 locations worldwide, making it one of the most popular fast food chains on the planet. The Doritos Locos Taco was so successful that it generated $1 billion in sales within its first year. Glenn Bell's vision of introducing Mexican-inspired flavors to a broad audience has revolutionized the fast food industry. Taco Bell's innovative menu items, such as the Crunchwrap Supreme and the Chalupa, have become cultural icons in their own right. From Glenn Bell's humble beginnings to the state-of-the-art factories producing millions of tacos, Taco Bell's journey is a testament to creativity, dedication, and a passion for good food. The next time you enjoy a Taco Bell taco, you'll have a deeper appreciation for the incredible effort and precision that goes into making each one.
Hey there, folks. Ever popped open a cold can of Pepsi and wondered, how in the world does this sweet, fizzy masterpiece make its way from a massive food processing factory right into my fridge? Well, you're in luck, because today we're diving headfirst into the amazing food processing journey of Pepsi. Get ready to see how advanced technology, high-speed machines, and a dash of American hustle all come together to create one of the world's most iconic soft drinks. By the time we're done, you'll have a whole new appreciation for every refreshing sip. Before we crack this can wide open, I gotta ask a little favor. Smack that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to this channel if you love exploring incredible food factory processes and behind-the-scenes looks at how some of your favorite treats are made. It really helps us keep the lights on, the cameras rolling, and the fizz going strong. Now, let's rewind the clock to the late 19th century, when Caleb Bradham, a North Carolina pharmacist, whipped up a special concoction he first called Brad's Drink. It was meant to give folks a tasty pick-me-up on those sweltering southern days. Little did he know, that humble experiment would evolve into what we call Pepsi. Over the years, Pepsi has undergone countless recipe tweaks, marketing campaigns, and branding shifts. And while it's certainly had its fair share of good-natured rivalry with other colas, Pepsi has carved its own loyal fan base in the good old US of A. In the early days, production was far from the high-tech wonder we see now. Mixing syrups and carbonated water often took place in smaller bottling plants or soda fountains. Sometimes, folks made it by hand with simple mixing equipment. But as demand soared, so did the scale. By the mid-20th century, Pepsi had become a major household name, with factories all across the country upgrading to more automated, modern machinery. Fast forward to the present day, and Pepsi's process has turned into a truly state-of-the-art operation, powered by advanced sensors, lightning-fast conveyor belts, and giant stainless steel tanks that look like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie. So how do we get from plain old water to that vibrant fizz we love? The journey begins at the water purification station, often called the process zone. Most Pepsi factories source water from local municipalities or wells. But simply grabbing water from the tap or a well won't cut it in the food processing industry. It needs to be meticulously filtered and sanitized to meet Pepsi's stringent purity standards. First up is filtering out any unwanted particles, things like sediment or small debris. This is usually done with a series of filters that can catch particles invisible to the naked eye. Next, the water passes through activated carbon filters to remove any funky odors or tastes. After that, the water heads into a reverse osmosis system, which pushes it through a semi-permeable membrane at high pressure, removing any dissolved solids or contaminants. Finally, it might go through ultraviolet UV treatment, which uses UV light to zap any lingering microbes. Only then does the water earn its ticket to the big leagues, joining the specialized mixing tanks. This rigorous approach ensures each sip of Pepsi has that consistently smooth, crisp taste people have come to expect. Now that the water is pristine, it's time to talk about the sweet stuff. Pepsi's sweetness typically comes from high fructose corn syrup, cane sugar in some variants, or sometimes a combination of both, depending on the region or product line. These sweeteners don't just show up in a simple bag. In a modern food factory, you'll often see massive tankers pulling in, pumping sweetener through intricate hoses directly into holding tanks. Next, we have the carefully guarded flavor essence, an aromatic and flavorful syrup that gives Pepsi its signature taste. This special syrup is kept under lock and key. Only a few folks know the complete recipe. If you've ever wondered why Pepsi tastes just slightly different from other colas, you can chalk it up to that top-secret formula. Inside the mixing area, advanced food processing machines use automated systems to measure out the exact ratios of sweetener, water, and flavor base. This isn't guesswork either. Sophisticated sensors monitor temperature, consistency, and flow rates, making real-time adjustments if something's even slightly off. Think of it like a giant super precise kitchen where automation is the head chef. Giant stainless steel vats that sparkle under powerful LED lights. This is where the real magic happens. The process typically starts by pumping in the filtered water, followed by the sweetener. Then, the flavor essence gets introduced at just the right moment. Too early, and it might lose some of its potency. Too late, and it won't blend well. Throughout this blending process, big industrial paddles or agitators spin inside the tanks, ensuring every molecule of flavor is evenly distributed. Temperature control is paramount here. If it's too warm, you risk damaging the flavor. If it's too cold, you might have trouble dissolving sweeteners. Factories often use computerized control panels that track temperatures, pressures, and flow rates 24/7. Almost like a backstage conductor for an orchestra of food machines. Some modern plants even use digital refractometers to measure the Brix level, essentially the sugar concentration. If that reading isn't right where it needs to be, the system can automatically add more water or more syrup to keep the taste consistent. After the blending is spot on, it's time to introduce the star of the show, carbonation. Most folks don't realize how intricate the carbonation step can be in a processing factory. Carbon dioxide, CO2, is stored in hefty pressurized tanks that look like futuristic capsules. A specialized carbonation system injects CO2 into the mix at controlled rates, balancing pressure, temperature, and time to create that satisfying fizz. The environment in this carbonation zone can be quite chilly because lower temperatures allow the water to absorb more CO2. Modern Pepsi factories use advanced chillers and computerized valves to maintain the precise temperature needed. If this process is rushed or not handled properly, you'll end up with soda that's either overcarbonated and prone to foaming over when opened, or undercarbonated and disappointingly flat. To prevent mishaps, technicians continually test samples using specialized meters that gauge CO2 content. When everything's just right, you can practically hear that crisp, refreshing hiss echoing through the stainless steel hallways. Still with me on this fizzy adventure? If you're enjoying this deep dive into Pepsi's modern factory process, go ahead and hit that like button, comment below, and if you haven't already, subscribe for more behind-the-scenes peeks at America's favorite food factory operations. Your support helps us uncover even more cool processes, so thanks y'all. Once the soda is perfectly carbonated, it's ready to meet its container, be it a bottle, can, or fountain syrup bag. Let's talk about cans and bottles first. You've probably seen videos online of those crazy fast conveyor belts zipping hundreds of bottles every minute, right? In a Pepsi plant, these lines can be truly mesmerizing. Plastic or glass bottles often come in pre-formed or are blow molded on site, while aluminum cans arrive stacked and ready to go. High-speed filling machines do the heavy lifting, dispensing Pepsi into bottles or cans with incredible precision. Each filler head aligns perfectly with a container's mouth, ensuring minimal spillage or overflow. Meanwhile, advanced sensors check fill levels, detecting even the tiniest discrepancies. If something's off, a leaky nozzle or a misaligned can, the line will stop automatically to let technicians fix the issue. With a process this streamlined, it's no wonder they crank out thousands of Pepsi bottles and cans per hour. Once filled, containers move down the line to be sealed or capped. Bottles get tamper-evident caps, while cans get aluminum lids seamed on with specialized sealing machines. This is a critical juncture in the food processing industry. A sloppy seal means lost carbonation or contamination. Some factories incorporate robotic arms outfitted with cameras to ensure each container is properly sealed, while others rely on laser-guided capping systems. Either way, it's a beautiful dance between man and machine. Up next is labeling, an essential part of any product's marketing identity. The now capped bottles or sealed cans glide through a labeling machine, where they're quickly adorned with that familiar Pepsi logo, nutritional info, and any promotional material. Automated sensors check for alignment, making sure each label is straight and wrinkle-free. One tiny misalignment can cause thousands of mislabeled products, so the margin for error is practically zero. Then comes the packaging phase, where individual bottles or cans are grouped into packs, trays, or multi-packs. Big mechanical arms or rotating carousels arrange them into neat rows before they're shuttled into cardboard cases. From there, another machine swiftly seals the boxes, preparing them for shipping. This entire workflow, filling, capping, labeling, and boxing, can happen in such a rapid-fire sequence that it's almost too fast to track with the naked eye. It's a testament to how far processing factory technology has come over the decades. No talk about a modern Pepsi factory is complete without mentioning the rigorous quality control steps. Random samples of Pepsi are pulled off the line at regular intervals. Quality control technicians measure carbonation levels, check the sweetness, and even do taste tests. Some factories have dedicated labs right on site, where a small group of trained tasters sips different batches and scores them based on flavor, aroma, and consistency. In addition, advanced camera systems scan bottle labels and fill levels. If a sensor detects a product underfilled by even a fraction of an ounce, it triggers a pneumatic arm to knock that bottle off the line. Factories have also adopted digital scanning to confirm that batch codes, expiration dates, and barcodes are printed clearly. This quick scanning helps identify issues in real time, saving thousands of products from hitting the shelves flawed. Pepsi also strictly adheres to Food and Drug Administration (FDA) standards, ensuring every bottle that leaves the facility is safe and consistent for American consumers. Once each bottle or can gets the green light, they head over to a sprawling warehouse area where giant racks hold pallets stacked with case after case of Pepsi. Advanced forklifts, sometimes guided by digital tracking systems, move these pallets around with efficiency and speed. In some high-tech plants, automated guided vehicles, AGVs, shuttle products to designated spots without a driver, using sensors to navigate. From there, it's time to load trucks and ship out to various destinations: grocery stores, stadiums, movie theaters, or anywhere else Americans thirst for a cold Pepsi. Some products travel mere miles to a nearby distribution center, while others trek halfway across the country. Either way, the journey is tracked meticulously, often with GPS monitoring, to ensure timely arrivals. This distribution network is a critical piece of the puzzle, linking the advanced world of food processing technology to everyday consumers. Like many giants in the food industry, Pepsi is looking toward a future where eco-friendliness is a key priority. Factories now adopt water-saving measures, energy-efficient machines, and more sustainable packaging solutions. You might see more recycled content in the plastic bottles, or you might notice that aluminum cans are made lighter to reduce material usage. All these steps reflect a growing trend in the food processing industry, where large-scale brands aim to maintain that balance between profitability and stewardship of natural resources. Innovation doesn't stop at sustainability, though. Factories are constantly testing out new flavor lines, sugar alternatives, or health-focused variations to keep up with changing consumer tastes. They also invest heavily in advanced robotics and data-driven analytics to spot production inefficiencies. Some plants even use real-time monitoring software that can predict when a machine might fail, allowing for preventative maintenance before any major downtime happens. It's mind-blowing to think how far we've come from those early days of hand-mixed soda in small bottling shops. And there you have it, folks, the complete journey of how Pepsi is made in a modern factory filled with advanced technology. From meticulous water purification and sweetener selection to high-speed bottling, labeling, and beyond, every stage is a fascinating blend of tradition, science, and innovation.
In tunnel ovens, factories focus on consistency for each batch,